Hello, everyone, and welcome to this online webinar uh, arranged as a joint venture by Ocean and Erasmus Mundus Alumni Association as part of its career week that the two organizations have started arranging since last year. It's the second edition of this program. Um, our topic today that for the next 90 minutes we will be talking about is career prospects in computing in Germany in particular, and then Erasmus Mundus Alumni's mentoring program. Uh, we would be talking about these two topics in detail in the next coming uh, minutes. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. Uh, about First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Rizwan Mumtaz, and I'm a PhD fellow at RWTH Aachen University in Germany. Uh, it's been like nearly 16 months that I started my PhD back in 2012, and I work on some fields related to computer science and engineering, in particular speech synthesis, machine learning, speech and language processing. And prior to that, I did my MSc in Embedded Systems and Ambient Intelligence as an Erasmus Mundus student from RWTH Aachen University, in fact, the same university, and and University of Trento, Italy, in 2000 from 2009 and 2000 from 2009 to 2011. I am currently a program representative for Erasmus Mundus Alumni Association for the same program that I was part of during my master's studies, and I have also worked in different other capacities in Erasmus Mundus Alumni Association, and right now involved uh, in several projects under the professional development team from Erasmus Mundus Alumni Association. And I did my BSc in Computer Systems Engineering from University of Engineering and Technology, Peshawar, back in 2007. This is a brief introduction about me. Uh, and now we will move to our presentation and the real topic. So first of all, we would be speaking about career prospects in computing in Germany. And the idea is how, where, and what job can I find in computing industry as far as Germany is concerned. So first of all, let's have a brief discussion about which areas actually define computing and what basically constitutes computing field as in general perspective. So computing is general computer science scope, and people with a background in computer engineering, software engineering, information systems, or information technology, and different mixed disciplinary majors, they actually qualify for careers in computing. And computing has been one of the most successful career and field in the recent years, especially with the huge amount of development that has carried forward the world in the past couple of years, probably a decade or two. So, and it has been one of the most growing uh, professional careers in the world for the past years. And according to CNN Money Magazine's report that was published back in 2006, software engineering was the best job in America and ahead of even finance, medicine, real estate, and law. And at that time, they had expected the job market for software engineers and computing professionals to grow by 46% in the next 10 years. So there's a lot of potential, and there are a lot of opportunities for computing professionals to find jobs and work towards the development of already very rapidly developing science and technology and business matters. Now, We will discuss what skills are basically required for a career in computing. So other than a basic degree, which we would be soon talking about in the next couple of slides, there are certain skills that are required for a career in computing. So when you want to embark on a professional career in computing, so you need to have a relevant degree plus certain set of skills. And very important of those skills are number one, problem solving ability, which means that often in computing industry, what professionals do is they provide solutions to problems, or often propose new innovative ideas which can actually solve lots of different problems for the current technology um, technology world, and users and consumers and all different kinds of different things. And excuse me. Other than In addition to problem solving abilities, um, the real tasks most more or less is to acquire practical skills such as building and using database management systems and other sophisticated software tools. So more often than not, software professionals and computing professionals are involved in developing projects, which means that developing real world applications, uh, software tools for all kinds of different uses, which means that that would mean that you require programming, you require programming expertise in different languages, different tools, and different um, yeah, different environments. And in addition to that, a successful or a competent computing professional must also be familiar with using existing software libraries and tools available to carry out a variety of computing tasks, such as creating a user interface, providing solutions for engineers who develop devices, so software solutions for those devices. And similarly, a computing professional should be aware of the uses to which computers are put. So it's not only coming up with solutions for what computers, for why computers are developed, or why embedded systems are developed, or why automated solutions and surveillance systems and all different kinds of things are developed, but also a computing professional must know that with a general machine available, he must know how to come up with new innovative ideas, so that the real use for which computers are developed are known, and they're always worked upon. And uh, and this all is done with respect to recognizing issues such as security of data security, organizational security, and safety, and many other different things. So these are the general professional skills that are required for careers in computing. And there are certain general professional skills also, which in computing industry, of course, in all other careers and jobs, professional skills, especially software skills, are always required. Soft skills are always required, but they are more important in computing industry because of several other reasons. For instance, in computing industry, it is very important to understand what the client or what the industry or what your people who you are working for they actually require from you, and then having a deeper understanding of that whole problem and the solution that you develop. And for this, because you have to interact with people and and interact about something that is really very important in the first place to understand, and then carry out the tasks and develop solutions. So soft skills are even more important in computing industry. And these soft skills are, first of all, communicating in writing, and giving effective presentations and product demonstrations, and being a good negotiator. So both in traditional environment and electronically. So as a computing professional, one should be really effective in writing, technical writing, and um, presentations, and being able to identify what usually people who require the technology they ask for. Um, Also, for a career in computing, the computing professional should be able to uh, develop impressive curriculum vitae uh, and must have confidence in his technical and other skills that are required for the job. And also, a computing professional needs to be a very effective team member. So, because software solutions and applications and IT tools that computing professionals develop, they're massive most of the time. Most of the time, they are massive projects involving tens and hundreds of people and teams. So it is very important for a computing professional to be able to work in a team so that the task that is divided can be integrated together. And if somebody is not a good team member, that would mean that lots of different hindrances and lots of different issues would arise once the software tools and little modules that people have developed there put together and integrated. Um, similarly, Similarly, it is also very important that a computing professional knows how to work in multiple and multicultural environments. So big companies, even small companies, have people and employees from many different parts of the world. In a company, you would go in a computing company or a software developing company, you would see people from all different parts of the world, and it is very important to understand the cultures of other people, so that the team that works put a synergetic energy together for projects and for companies' growth and all different kinds of things. And one of the most important challenges for computing professional is that the field and the technologies that they use, they change rapidly. So if you just look 10 years back and look how people used to program and how people used to develop projects, it's the methods and the languages and the tools and IT softwares, they all were so very different from what we have today. Which means that every year or every 2 years, the whole dynamics and the entire paradigms and everything changes. So a competing professional must be really, really very capable of accepting the change first, and then absorbing the change, which means that you should be ready to and willing to accept changes, and you should also be capable to learn and adapt to those changes. So for computing professional, it is not unlike other fields and other areas of sciences and technology and even um, social sciences, where people study something and then they can use the same knowledge for many years. Computing professionals have to grow with time. They have to grow. They have to understand new technologies. They have to learn new technologies and new tools, and that is how they keep up with the very rapidly changing software world. Similarly, literacy and fluency in computing is also very important, because often computing professionals are overburdened with lots of different opportunities. Not many times computing professionals, while they're working, they're involved in multiple projects. So a good computing professional must know how to organize all his information on his tasks and everything that he is involved in. He knows where he should probably compartmentalize those different kinds of projects that he or she is involved in. Otherwise, carrying computing tasks and being a good computing professional is really hard. So it is one of the very important soft skills that is often required from computing professionals. So now we move to the job market and jobs in Germany for computing professionals. Great job market, Germany, and Germany is one of the most popular and most popular countries in Europe, especially for computing tasks. And most of us would agree that the computing, the software industry, the computing industry, the telecom industry, and electrical industry communication industry. They are aware. They, Germany is kind of leader in these all different technologies and research. So, and that is the reason why there are so many. The job market is really handsome in Germany, and lots of different opportunities exist for all different kinds of competing professional with different expertise and different skill set that they have acquired during their studies or previously working with their jobs, uh, and the experience that they have. So many kinds of companies exist where competing professional can actually go and work. And some of these are software companies, people who develop softwares, all different kinds of software for medical, for automobile, for house automation, for office jobs, all different kinds of things, for health services, financial softwares. And similarly, service providers, the internet service providers, the many different kinds of other things that usually people go for. And similarly, IT companies and embedded systems and softwares and automobile industries. As we know that Germany is one of the top, has one of the top automobile industry with lots of uh, brands and car manufacturers and available in the city, in the country. And similarly, lots of different business enterprises, which means that if you don't want to go with if you don't want to go for a really technical job as a programmer or as a developer, you can always target business side of the industry also, which means that people not only develop software, but they also need professionals who have the know-how of how the software is developed, and then they work on the business side of companies. Mobile applications developers, smartphones have been really on a on a rapid rise for the past couple of years, and there are many companies working uh, in the field of mobile applications, developing softwares for the smartphones and tablets and iPads and different things. Similarly, we also have professionals from computing can also go to financial services companies because they also need people with computer science and informatics and software knowledge. And also we have data warehouses and cloud computing infrastructures and solutions. So a great amount of money and effort is put into cloud computing nowadays. Lots of different professionals with different areas of expertise can go to cloud computing or work in data warehouses. And for the last 14, 15 years, cellular, there has been a huge growth in the market and technology for cellular and telecom services industry almost everywhere in the world, including Germany. Now we move to the general requirements from computing professionals, what people ask for when you want to pursue a career in computing professional. So this could be divided in a couple of different areas. First of all, you need to have the relevant educational degrees. So technically in Germany, you need to have a diploma or a master's degree. So in Germany, a diploma is essentially a bachelor's degree, which people pursue after high school, but with 5 years of 5 years duration. It's rather an old system, which was in practice until recently, I think until 2010, that after high school people used to go for a diploma degree. But that's not anymore the case now. Now people, most of the students, they do a 4 years or a 3.5 years bachelor's degree in Germany, and then they go for a master's degree. So generally, diploma or master's degree is required from top level computing professional. But sometimes a 4 years bachelor degree might also work. Which by 4 years degree I mean that sometimes when people come from abroad, from other countries like in Asia or South America or anywhere in the world, they come only with a 4 years bachelor's degree. It is still possible for them to find a job in the computing industry in Germany. And This diploma or master's degree should be in these fields, such as computer science, informatics, media informatics, or software engineering, and telecom engineering, and all different kinds of related disciplines. This is the educational requirements, and almost essentially the second thing is the skill set requirement. So as a computing professional, you need to have certain skills with you that you have developed in the past during your education or internship or experience working with other companies in the past. uh, One has to have a certain skill set, and that would include that you should know programming languages. So every computing professional should know how to program. It's just a, I mean, it's not, it's the question of what kind of job you are you going for that that makes it important how good your knowledge should be as far as programming is concerned or development is concerned. But as a even for a very non-technical job in the computing industry, you need to have basic programming languages skills with you. You should know how to use IT tools. So everybody should know how Outlook Express works, or how Microsoft Word, and how PowerPoint presentations and visual and all different kinds of IT tools, emailing, and how to establish virtual private networks and different kind of IT tools. They are very, very important in the computing industry. So because we are computing professionals, so we need to learn how to use the technology. First of all, we need to know how to use the technology, and how we can make our tasks easier and convenient for ourselves and for others too. Just in case if somebody, yeah, if I'm not really audible, then please write in the chat window so that I could know. Um, uh, and also, one of the skills that is required is the development knowledge and or project management. Um, so you need to know you need to have the know-how of how projects are developed or how processes are carried out, or how what constitutes a development life cycle, so that you understand the the process and the timeline and the schedules and all different kinds of things associated with how a raw idea um, a raw idea is actually transformed into a reality. And you need to have you also need to have experience, relevant experience. So often companies require for relevant experience. There are certain soft skills also required. For example, teamwork. We already talked about it. Presentation skills and negotiation skills that we learn as a that comes as a byproduct when we actually go through a formal learning process in universities and institutes. So one of the most important thing while looking for a job in computing industry in Germany is the language requirement. As we know that German uh, in Germany, German is the primary language, and uh, mostly people speak German. But luckily, the software and IT industry or the computing industry, people can actually yeah, they can work only having knowledge of English, because I mean programming jobs are possible without German anyway, and people can speak German, but sometimes a company requires you to have certain level of German understanding in like intermediate level or at least a basic level or advanced level. So when you're looking for jobs in computing industry, you need to know if the language requirement is you fulfill the language requirements or not. So sometimes company would strictly say they need proficiency in German, both in written and in spoken. Sometimes they wouldn't. So what I'm trying to say is that German language is is required, not always, but still is required. And even if it is not required, the language is having a proficiency in a local language is a great skill. Uh, it's definitely a skill that makes your resume and that makes your application very strong when people evaluate it for a given job or a post. Of course, it is a little difficult to learn German because it's a difficult language, but um, yeah, the importance of the language is known to almost everybody working in Germany. Um, so the question is, how do we start a career in computing in Germany? So till now we discussed what is computing, what kind of people are computing professionals, what kind of skills and what kind of qualification they require to have for pursuing a career in computing. But now we see how actually people uh, go forward with their pursuit of the career. So in the beginning, people start working in the computing industry as either software developers or consultants or engineers, data warehouse administrators, business intelligence professionals, database administrators, firmware developers, project management professionals, sometimes managers also, process managers, SAP or ERP professionals or consultants. So these are different titles for people who start a career in computing in Germany. So either you go for a software developer uh, as a software developer in a company, or a business analyst or consultant, or testing software. So you test pieces of software that are written by other people, run test cases against all different possibilities. You develop webs and web services, and you uh, as a software and computing professional, you administer systems and networks. And so these are the different and there are many more also. These are different titles that under these titles people start their careers in different companies. Um, okay, so how do people look for jobs in Germany in computing industry? So most of the jobs now they're both searched and given on electronic job portals. So most of the time people look for jobs on different electronic portals, and 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 similarly most of the time people uh, actually almost all the time people publish their jobs on job portals, and some of the job portals are very important. So if you're in Germany and you're looking for a job, you need to have a profile on zing.de, for example, or Monster or Stepstone. So these are the places where you actually make a profile. You give you information about yourself, about your skills, about your education and experience, and then people look for such professionals. And then they when they hit your profile and they check out your qualifications and skills, and if there's a the match between the job that they are between an employee that they are looking for and you as a job applicant, then they drop you emails, start personal and professional correspondence, and then they invite you for interviews and so on and so forth. One of the there's a government office here also, the state-run office, which is called Bundesagentur für Arbeit, and this office actually helps you to find jobs. So if you don't have a job, you're looking for one, or you need to know what kind of skills do you have or how you build your CV. Many kinds of services this office provides you, and they provide their services free of cost. So other than searching for jobs on electronic job portals, people also go and visit Bundesagentur für Arbeit also. Some of the European-wide portals are also very attractive and very useful. For instance, European Job Mobility Portal and several others on European Commission websites are also available. LinkedIn is a great platform where you could put your profile, your experiences, and your social and professional connections with other people. And many people contact you through LinkedIn for jobs if they see that your profile matches with the skill set that they actually require from their employee. So many times people send you job offers and interview offers on LinkedIn as well. Several recruitment agencies are also very effective and active in the job market. For example, ICP Search, Protus, and Deutsche Recruitment. There are many more. So often when even you're using Zing or Monster or other job portals, your most of the time people take your profile from these job portals, and then they most of the time these recruitment agencies, actually, sorry for that, they look at your profile on different job portals, and then they get in contact with you for a possible job that they require professionals for. um, Next we would be talking about what should I prepare before applying for jobs. So for computing industry and as a computing professional, what should I do if I want to apply for a job? What are the things that I need to have before applying for jobs? And first of all, you need to have a very nicely furnished professional resume. So um, how to develop a nice professional resume is in itself a huge topic, and I believe we had another talk precisely on that matter, where one of the speakers spoke about different CV styles, like the European styles or English style, or how people expect their CVs, how employers want to see, what kind of format employers want to see a CV to be in. So this is a very interesting and very important topic for, in fact, all kinds of professionals, including computing professionals. So resume is very important, and if you're a new if you want to start a career in near future in computing industry or in any industry, you need to learn how to furnish a very professional resume. You need to learn literature, read literature about that, or attend talks, or ask people who have successful professionals who have enormous success, and ask them how resumes are developed. And and then you need to have profiles on job portals, as we previously spoke about job portals in the previous slide. So you need to develop nice profiles on Zing, Monster, Stepstone. That's where people actually uh, see your profile and they know about you. LinkedIn, for example. So if you are looking for jobs, you need to have your profiles really nicely constructed on these job portals. And profiles should be nicely constructed, experience and education well presented. So it's not just about, yeah, everything should be nice and tidy. Experiences, education, your social work, and your objectives and career path that you want to follow. All different kinds of things, they should be nicely put in order on different job portals and profiles. Uh, it is also more often than not, it is very important to have a professional, nice picture on your profile so that people actually can see you. Uh, it's not like it's a uh, you need to be handsome to land a job, but people, when they know your face, it makes their task to contact with you very easy. So uh, and you need to have a very nice, energetic, and professional looking picture on job portals. unlike Facebook where you can put funny pictures, or social media where you can put anything you want. You need to have a face picture on job portals. Um, it not need to be very, I don't know, very serious or something. You can take semi formal pictures, or nice pictures. You can also Google for this topic, and see what kinds of pictures should you put on job portals. You must have an active phone number, so people often call you when they look at your profile. Uh, Generally, people usually send you an email first and express their wish to speak with you on the telephone. But yeah, it is very important to have an active telephone number, and yeah, active telephone number, and a professional email also. Uh, a professional email is always your name, first name, second name, or initials or something like that. But never ever use absurd emails. For example, one example you see right here, where your email does not say who you are. So when you are interacting and contacting with people regarding jobs, everything should be very clear and very professional. So your email should also be your name. So in this case, Blue Moon, nobody knows if that's your name, or what that is. So very important. And if you have another good tip is that if you have an institute name, an email ID from your institute, for example, the one you see with in the first example, my name with my university mail server. So such emails are always more, yeah, they sound more professional than Gmail or Hotmail or Yahoo. But yeah, if you don't have an institute email, so obviously then you have to use Gmail or other free email services available. Um, and there's this nice little practical tip that if you have a tendency to put awkward content on social media, for example, Facebook and Twitter, please refrain from doing so. So it's a generic style now that people, if they want to hire someone, they want to do a little bit of spying too on them. Let's say checking their blogs and checking their posts on different kinds of things. That gives a nice um, off the record impression about individuals and prospective employees. So if you have a tendency, I mean, people put stuff on Facebook and social media. So if you have a tendency to put funny stuff or awkward things, please do not do so while you are applying for jobs, or at least make sure that your posts are not publicly available. So if somebody looks around for your profiles on different social media, he may not see awkward content. Next, we talk about, yeah. So not only the so-called industry jobs in competing in Germany are so many, but there are some research jobs also. Also, research jobs are called them academic jobs. Uh, the German word for such jobs are wissenschaftliche Mitarbeiter or Mitarbeiterinnen, which means that research employee or research uh, associate or things like that. And often such jobs leads to a PhD degree. Um, Generally, there are 3 to 5 years of funding on different pay scales. TVL 13 means you have it's a full-time job, which would mean 14, 39 or 40 hours a week. And TVL 13 half is 20 hours a week or 19 hours a week job. Uh, Usually, such jobs are from 3 to 5 years duration, but they could be less and they could even be more. Not when you get your first contract for such jobs, they're usually 3 years, but you always in many cases you can get the extension also if the professor or the funding body agrees that you require your services are still required. So it's not usually people get their contract extended for a year or two after the first 3 years. There are many funding opportunities available. Uh, different kinds of state-owned initiatives and public-owned and privately owned initiatives for providing funding for uh, research jobs. Some of these funding uh, bodies are Alexander von Humboldt Foundation, DFG, which is German Research Foundation, German National Academy of Science Diplomatier, and Max Planck Society, of course, several institutes they have all across Germany. German Academic Exchange Services, also called DART. It is very important, very known uh, a body, especially for people from third world countries in Asia. So lots of this body actually provides opportunities for people from abroad to come to Germany and pursue a PhD degree or even master's degree also in many situations. Uh, this is Mary Sklodowska Curie Actions, or the recent initiative by Erasmus Plus. So I'm not sure how many of you know that the previous programs by the European Commission, such as Erasmus Mundus and Jean Monnet and Marie Curie Actions and Erasmus Mundus Joint Doctorates, all these different kinds of actions that uh, they were having in as initiatives from EC, they are now enveloped in one different one huge umbrella program, which is called Erasmus Plus, and all different funding opportunities for PhD or research studies in Europe. They have renamed them and grouped them together, and they now call them Marie Sklodowska Curie Actions. So lots of opportunities exist for people from all over the world to apply for such grants, and they basically they cover all European states, and but Germany, obviously, being a very lucrative and being a very known and known country for research and funding opportunities, obviously uh, has a lot of uh, actually provides lots of opportunities in this action to uh, for PhD studies. And often you get also fundings for external industrial and projects fundings. So sometimes different industries they offer funding for for a certain project. So people can benefit from these opportunities also. Now, now we talk about how to search for an academic job. So previously we spoke about how to search for uh, industry jobs. So in which we discussed portals and online media tools that people use for job search. So academic jobs are also they also have the same kind of tools that people use for searching or landing in an academic job. In this case, there are several online portals also, including but not limited to uh, academicpositions.de, or there's this European this website from the European Commission, and there are several others also. So, but the one that I have found always very interesting and very useful is the list, the mailing groups. So, for example, there's this one list which is usually which publishes almost all the PhD opportunities available in Germany in particular. So the link is you see under mailing groups this first link. So this is a mailing list by Heidelberg University, and there are several others. This is a generic list, so they publish uh, all kinds of PhD opportunities. But if you are from a certain field, for example, I don't know, let's say you're from telecommunication, so you can always look for mailing lists often. yeah, run and organized by different universities, and you can follow these mailing lists, and then people often post open position news, and professor put their open positions and job opportunities on such mailing groups. So the idea is to look for such a mailing list in your particular area, and then keep a check on that, and see what kind of jobs they're posting on those mailing lists. There are also university job portals, for example, RWTA Jobs or TUM Job Portal from Technische University, Technical University Munich. And yeah, so uh, if you're interested in a particular university or in a particular research group in a university, so the the best thing is to check the job portals for these universities. And a very important way of landing a PhD position is by direct communication with professors. So we always have a certain field or a certain area of interest, or research field that we want to pursue. So it is not very difficult to see people who are working already in this field. So in every university, there's a chair probably related to the work that you have performed in your master's studies, or something that you are interested in working in future, or while you want to pursue a research career. So uh, the idea here is to make a list of such professors or potential people you would want to work with, and then contacting them in person, or then visiting their web pages and for open positions. So usually people publish their available open positions on their web page, on their institute or research institutes web pages. So if you keep a check on these web pages, check them every now and then, or stay in contact with the chair, so you get to know about these positions, and then you can apply for these positions. And in this case, you apply for the position by getting in contact with the professor. How should you contact a professor, and what should you write to him, and what should you say to him, and how should you convince him that you're indeed a really perfect fit for the job? That's obviously is a totally different topic, and I think there's another there, either there already have been a session about this, or probably in the it's one of the remaining talk, and it's very important for people to know how should they contact professor, and what are the things that they require when they apply for jobs, like if they need to have a research proposal, or how to write a cover letter, or all different kinds of things. So yeah, these are different modalities you use when you when you want to apply for a research job. um, yeah, so up till now we discussed about um, computing industry in general, and what kinds of skills we require, what kind of qualifications you need to have, what kind of jobs are there, what kind of career paths that you can take, and we also spoke about research jobs and how to look for research job, how to find it, and how to apply for it. Um, so this is more or less. I mean, we obviously cannot cover yeah, in detail how every topic should, because each of these things that we discussed actually is itself a different topic and a detailed topic. So, but the idea here is to give you a general impression of how things usually go when you first finish your studies, and then are looking for a job or a research career in computing field. Now we will be talking about a small initiative that Erasmus Mundus Alumni Association uh, has been offering to people for the last 2 years, and this is called a mentoring program from Erasmus Mundus Association. Um, this year we started the program actually started last year, but this year we offered a second run of the project, and the program is indeed a chance for graduating students or early stage researchers to seek guidance from successful professional or experienced academic researchers. So here in EMA, the mentoring program is about making it possible for people who are early stage researchers or graduating students to seek direct guidance from successful professionals or academic researchers. And we have two actors here. So we have mentors, which are obviously successful professionals, people with experience, and then mentees, people who need guidance and advice in career development. So how we do this, there's usually a call, which was, we launched this call back in February, asking for people who want to be mentors. And we were receiving applications from volunteers and people who would like to share their experience of work or research that they have been doing in the past with people who want to seek guidance from such professions. So we get to uh, we launched the call, and then we receive applications from both from mentors and mentees. And then the professional development team from Erasmus Mundus Association, they conduct a matching process between mentors and mentees. Uh, so and this matching process we in this matching process we in the forms we ask for skill set that mentees require to learn about and master. And also we ask the mentors about what kinds of skills they wish to impart to the mentees. And based on these different things, we carry out a matching process. And and the mentoring activity starts in the beginning of March and lasts for about 5 months. And the frequency of contact is agreed between mentors and mentees. So we just make the contact between two people that we think are useful to each other. Not only the mentor is useful for the mentees, but also with this activity, mentor, they learn about many different skills. For example, how to manage people. Uh, Mentoring itself is a skill, so they learn how to mentor, and also they get a feedback on their leadership or their advising capabilities over the period for which the mentoring lasts. Um, So I already spoke about it. Mentoring benefit for the mentors are that they enhance skills such as coaching, leadership, and communication. Obviously, gaining personal gratification from positively affecting a mentee's future. So obviously, it's a great feeling when you know that you had a positive impact on somebody in their career and their objectives for their professional yeah careers. Also, a mentor gets a chance to demonstrate firm commitment to professional and personal development, not of his mentee, but also of, of his own development as well. Um, Building and extending a network of new talents. You get to know new people and probably people who would perhaps be working in the same field as you are. So you get a chance to build your network as well. And yeah, we definitely have an eligibility criteria for mentors. So, and what we ask our mentors for is that they should have at least 2 years of experience, professional experience, and then eagerness to share their experience, knowledge, and insights. So this is when we evaluate the application, we get to see how much experience that they have, and if what kind of skills they are going to impart to the mentees, and how eager and motivated they are for the activity. So, and here are the mentees benefits. So they get a chance to get career counseling from successful professionals and peers. Um, in most cases, they are introduced to job markets and work-related issues, and people give them job hunting advices, tips, and tricks. And more often than not, the mentoring activity also include how to furnish a professional CV, how to write a cover letter, uh, or if the mentee wishes to to pursue an academic career or a research career. So he has advised how to search for a PhD, or how to apply for funding, how to write uh, pieces of technical writing, or how to come up with publications, time management, and many different kinds of things, conference presentations skills, and etc. and etc. So this is a great program. I don't know if any of you is already part of this program as a mentor or as a mentee, but we think that we are going to carry out this. We are going to keep this program next year also. For now, the applications for mentees and mentors are already closed. But if you're interested in this program, we will launch the program again sometime next year in early months, for I think in January or February, and then you can work for next 6 months with different students and mentees, or if you're a mentee, you can work with mentor and learn about different kinds of skills that you aspire to achieve and learn. I think we are almost near the close of the conclusion of the session. So thank you very much for listening to. I don't know if it was too boring presentation or was it interesting. But if you have any questions regarding computing industry jobs or academic jobs in Germany, I would be very happy to answer. So if you have any questions, please you can write them in the chat box, and I will try to answer one by one. Yeah. Um, I think the ICU net will, the service provider um, um, will upload these presentations, not only this one but all others as well. They will upload them on our community website, from where you can download these presentations. Yeah, or the presentations you will be uploaded on the community website, on EMA website, Erasmus Mundus and Alumni Association's official website. Oh, so Muhammad is asking if what is the scope of robotics and AI in non-teaching job? Obviously, I mean, robotics has been one of the very hot and attractive fields for so many years. Yeah, so many years, and obviously there's a huge potential for the field in in Germany and also in other countries. So people are already working. I mean, robotics is a broader term, so people are already working on making auto automatic systems, or I don't know. I'm not actually from the field of robotics, but what I understand is that I know people and professionals who are working in the fields, and there are yeah, lots of different jobs available for people with AI and robotics field. And also, when we say robotics and AI, the knowledge is strictly not related to developing robots, because the knowledge is the same knowledge is actually required and implemented in many other fields also. For instance, like I in the first slide you saw that I said I work in machine learning. So machine learning is also very similar to AI. Actually, you can. Some people would argue that you cannot differentiate between AI and machine learning. So you apply the robotics and AI concepts in many different kinds of fields in computing, in engineering also, in signal processing. I was working in a project where we were applying yeah, AI techniques to predict tongue contour from MRI images. So you can use that knowledge and that the skills that you having a relevant degree is important. But if you don't have one, you can still land a job in computing, but you have to prove that you have exceptional skills. in a certain area. Other than that, I think if you don't have skills, uh, and you don't have a relevant degree, then I think landing a pure technical computing job would be difficult. But you can always look for jobs in the computing industry, but with not exactly as a technical employee, but with different certain other skills. For example, on in the business side of the company, or in the client, I don't know, you know, financial side, or many different kinds of. A company is not only about developing software, computing industry. It's also about like lots of different other people around making the job of computing professional possible. So yeah, so if you bring a different degree and you have the skills, you can still go for a technical job. If you bring the degree but no skills, you can still go to the industry, but probably with a non-technical job. And if you don't bring a degree and you also, uh, then it makes it a little difficult to say if it is really easy to find a job. You're welcome. So anybody else? No question to computing? No questions to academic jobs? Any other funny question? Any question about the, yeah, that would be. Computing startup. Uh, I mean, uh, could you please elaborate a little bit? Because computing startup, you've been starting a company with, uh, okay. So, yeah, that's, I mean, that would mean that entrepreneurial activities, so it's a little difficult because the and also easy at the same time, because so many people come up with so many different possibilities of new computing, uh, new things in computing industry. For example, I don't know, 10 years ago, there was this guy, and at that time nobody knew that if you develop a thing called social network, that would be the guy would become a billionaire in a couple of years. So you can always look for new ideas in computing. I believe that there are always new ideas, and especially with the development of so many different things, like as you see smartphones for the last 5 years, or tablets, and these kind of things. People have come up with ideas. People have come up with different solutions, and people have created a use of ideas also. So when you talk about a startup, first of all you need to identify what is it that, in most cases, identifying a problem or a need is more important than coming up with idea, because it is the need that actually causes the idea to emerge. So entrepreneurs usually, they and people with innovative and intuitive minds, they look for possibilities around them. So if you can figure out such ideas, then how to execute those ideas so that you realize a project, or you realize a product, that becomes then, I mean, that depends on your motivation. So if you want to have a start a company, yeah, in Germany, starting a company is a little bit. I mean, when you want to really do business, is a little difficult, because you have to go through all these different, yeah, registration and different kinds of things. But I think, other than Like in compared to other startups, like if you want to start, for example, a doctor wants to start a clinic, so they require a lot of time and a lot of they have to uh, provide lots of different things related to safety, related to health, and all these different kinds of things they have to provide. But for computing professional, all these things are not so important. So the important thing is to the ideas, because you're not actually uh, not making x-rays or treating people, so it becomes a little bit easier. But the idea is, what is it that you would come up with? So that's actually the thing that actually stands between people and the realization of their ideas. So if you have such ideas, something astonishing, you can always start working on it. You can gather people and then roll the thing out once you think that you're in a position to do so. Oh, yeah, okay. So unless somebody else has okay, there's a question. Huh. So what is the length of PhD in Germany? It's usually I break this break it down in saying that uh, it depends on two things. First of all, uh, in some cases, uh, there's always a limited budget available to you. So, for example, 3 years position or a 4 years position. And sometimes you're in a research institute where you are given a contract for a 3 year position, but the research institute is actually rich, or the professor have a lot of funding available. So in most such cases where there's the second case that I just told you about, in this case, usually a PhD takes longer, sometimes even 5 years. Or I have seen people with 6 or 7 years of PhD studies. But if it's a very fixed project funding, then people usually try to finish their studies in the given 3 years. In my opinion, usually people spend 4.5 years for their PhD in computing related fields. So that's my personal um, experience, or my know-how about how long does it take to make a PhD in Germany. And the second part of question is it important to have a PhD industry, maybe in R&D? It's most of the PhDs are in universities. I mean, fundings come from universities or the German Research Foundation, DFK or DAR. So, but often uh, professor win professors win PhDs from industries. That's also like a very uh, often case scenario. So uh, pure PhD, industry-related PhDs are very rare. Like you go to an industry and do a PhD. They usually industries give money to professors, and then they ask the professors to carry out research, recruit PhD students, employees, and so on and so forth. So in Germany, although there are still situations when there's a candidate who works in a university, works in an industry as a PhD student, but has collaboration, still has to have collaboration with a supervisor in university, maybe more than one. So this is how it goes. The usual scenario is that people stay in the university, getting funding from industry, and then working to make a PhD dissertation. You're welcome. So, if there are no other questions, if someone has questions, then yeah. So, yeah. Thank you all. Thank you everyone. Uh, Thank you everyone for joining in. Um, if you have any questions about about this talk or about any topic that we covered in this talk, you can always write to us at trainings at EMA, the same email that we mentioned earlier. You can also um, you can also get in contact with me if you. I'm going to write my email here. If you want to talk about this topic in detail, members.m. This is my Emma email. Um, yeah, so you can get in contact with me also, and if you have any questions, I would be very pleased to answer. Thank you very much for joining in. It's another question, but yes, 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 yes. It's very easy. Just make a profile, look at this presentation again, and basically all people who work in the computing industry, they once, like in their lifetime, they come as a fresh graduates anyway. So nobody come as a non-fresh computing professional. So obviously, so thank you very much for joining in, and I wish you all guys good luck. If you are looking for jobs, I wish you luck with the job search, job hunting, and if you're looking for PhD, I wish you very good luck for PhDs, and I wish you a nice time, nice little weekend ahead, and good time with other presentations too. If you just are looking forward to some other professions, some other presentations from the online career. Thank you very much. Bye bye.